Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a very special news update because they have announced that Masters of the Universe will have an ongoing comic book series from Dark Horse Comics. And the craziest thing is, the first issue of it actually came out a month ago. So, how is this possible? Well, back in the 90s, you might remember that Wildcats premiered as a four-issue miniseries. This was one of the founding Image titles from Jim Lee, and they decided to basically make it an ongoing series. And instead of doing a new first issue, they did issue 5 and just kept going. And so about a month ago, I did a review of Masters of the Universe, The Sword of Flaws #1, which is the first in a 4-part miniseries. And so Dark Horse has announced that after that 4-issue plot line is done, there's going to be a 5th issue of Masters of the Universe with a new plot line, and they're just going to keep going from there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have an ongoing Masters of the Universe series. Our writer is still going to be Tim Seeley, and the second issue of the series hit this week, and it's got this banger of a cover. Our artist for the first plot line, Sword of Flaws, is Freddie Williams, who did Turtles of Grayskull, and he also did the Thundercats and Injustice crossovers with Masters of the Universe back at DC, and his artwork is just banging. Now, Williams will be kicking off this series, and then he's going to be moving on to another series you may have heard of. Remember, back during my Turtles of Grayskull review, I said that I hope this isn't the last time Freddie Williams does Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, that's exactly where he's going. And so congratulations on that. I know he wanted to do Turtles for a long, long time before Turtles of Grayskull. So it's going to be great to see him get to do more artwork on the Turtles. And so starting with issue 5, it'll be a new plot line called The Battle of Snake Mountain, which sounds really cool. And our new artist is going to be Riley Brown, whose artwork you see on the cover here. It looks very promising. I do love this artwork, and I don't know if this will be a permanent artist for the series or just for this plot line, but regardless, I'm down with it. And what more can I say about Tim Seeley as a writer? Full confession, I haven't gotten a chance to read the second issue yet. This is just a news update, not a review. But I will say that I was impressed with that first issue. It's the strongest beginning for a mini-series of Masters Universe that we've had for Dark Horse. And you can check out my review for more of my thoughts on that. Tim Seeley came to Masters of the Universe comics at the end of the DC run after DC had done a radically different interpretation of those characters for years, and he was part of this kind of renaissance of comics, bringing Masters of the Universe back to a more familiar version of it, similar to what we'd seen in all the other comics and mini comics and shows that had existed of that franchise. And he did phenomenal work at DC. The Masters Universe Injustice miniseries and the Masters of the Multiverse miniseries are two of my favorite Masters of the Universe plot lines in comics. And I think his stuff at Dark Horse has been solid. There have definitely been some constraints of only having 4 issues at a time to say everything you need to say about Masters Universe, but that is no longer a problem. He's going to have an ongoing series to paint the tapestry that is Eternia. And this cover illustrates one of the reasons I think Seeley is perfect for this series, because he tends to bring in lesser known characters. He has an encyclopedic knowledge of the franchise and likes to use it. This cover with Procrustes, the four-armed giant in the center of Eternia, is just amazing. And I know that this is probably being done to have something on the shelf to coincide with the marketing for the upcoming movie next year. And that's fine, but I hope this series lasts well beyond that. And I know it's very hard to have a series last a long time in the current comic industry, but G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Power Rangers have all been able to do it with their franchises and comic books. So hopefully there's enough of us to support this and make it happen for Masters. And I also know comic books are $5 a pop, and that is a lot for a single issue. And I am honestly making an exception to my own rule about how much I'm willing to pay for a new series to get this because I love Masters of the Universe that much. Now, if you can't do $5 a pop, there are other options. These are collected into trade paperbacks for every plot line, and sometimes you'll see those trade paperbacks have discounts on Amazon. Actually, there's quite a few of them that have discounts, including the Tours of Grayskull trade paperback that has a $4 pre-order discount. And if you're really looking to save money, digital is a great option. Buy it on Amazon, download it, and read it on your mobile devices. So for instance, this issue premiered at $5 for the digital copy. It is now $3, right? It's been like a month, right? And it's already down to $3 on Amazon for the digital copy. And so that also applies to trade paperbacks, right? You can get them at a much lower rate than you would the print copy. And so that is an option if you don't mind digital and you're looking to save some money. I just hope everyone who can support this series does support this series so we can make it last a good long time. All right, that's it. Like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, good journey.